Okay, so it's like 10 p.m. I gotta go to sleep because I gotta get up in the morning. So let's make this short, sweet, and ocean spray delicious. I love ocean spray. Let's make the best shit. So I got some blueberries in me. Brief discussion. So I'm going to be using the fan air quotes fan service, not in the usual anime sense, as in the T and A, the tits and ass, but I'm going to be using it in terms of servicing the fans. So to put out the main point of this discussion, what is is disappointing the fans? I don't want to say disappointing. Is showing is not showing fights a form of fan service, or is not showing fights a form of a letdown? Is it a flaw in writing? And here's the thing, because so I just used some of my paycheck. Well, not paycheck, but pay, to catch up on some of my Toriko volumes, because the Zebra volume just came out. That means gourmet period. That means the best. Up till then, one of my favorite parts of motherfucking Toriko. So, and I got to thinking, and it was after I reread the Medaka Box chapter and did the review for it, and I was just like, this manga has next to no real story. It's just showing the interactions between characters that want to beat the crap out of each other and are willing to beat the crap out of each other for food. And then I'll notice that we have Medaka Box, which has, I don't even know. It's just like they want to beat the crap out of each other for personal reasons, and it's just like, huh? And Toriko focus very heavily on his fights because that's what the story's about. And so I guess another one of the questions is the point of Medaka Box the fights or the conflict? Well, if you consider the fights a part of the conflict, then I guess you could make the argument here that, Niso ain't doing his job right. But aside from this arc, the Bouquet Toss to the Future arc, which is being rushed, as I'm sure they're doing, just like they did to Hitman Reborn, which I'm sure is happening right now. If not, that's just a blatant troll, and I will be very angry. Something that I don't usually do, because I'm that kind of reader who wants to see crap like this. But in the meta deconstruction arc, aka the Anshin arc, aka Think You Should Get This Balls arc, aka the Naiko arc. You could call them all those. You could call that arc so many things, but it's like they had a fight here and there, but they're mostly cut away, and they're mostly curb stomp battles. If you don't know what a curb stomp battle is, blueberry, squat. That's a curb stomp battle. Simple, quick, easy, clean. Well, it's usually not clean for the other person, but so if you consider thoughts vital plot points, then I guess you could say, yeah, Niso ain't really doing his job right. But I think the way Niso's writing, he's writing in a way that makes the actual conflict between the characters important, but the actual battle, you know, the blah 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 blah. It's not necessary in the slightest. It's not. I mean, because when you think about it, like, do you, like, yeah, it's awesome to see the fight, but do you need to see the fights? I mean, because what's absolutely story vital there, like, what's absolutely story vital is how the fight started, what they're saying in the middle fight, and how the fight ended, and how the fight ended, and what the end result of that fight was. And I don't mean end result as in who was the winner in most cases, but more or less how did the characters change from that fight. So, but so I guess in some way you can consider fights just fan service. Like, do you need them? Nah. Nah. But like, if your fights like heavily revolve around, if the story heavily revolves around, you know, fighting, beating the crap out of each other, and it's hard to justify the actual fighting as the important main story conflict. But so yeah, it's hard to put it out there as a vital main story conflict. But on the other hand of this, you could make it. You could make the argument that why would you not show the fight, because you're sacrificing reader attention here, and you know you could say that, and you could say that because the point of literature is to entertain you primarily, and no, not even primarily, exactly. And you could say, oh, but what about the literature that's, you know, putting out the message? You're enjoying the message. You're enjoying the characters. Bring up this message, and you're enjoying going deeper into this psychoanalysis crap. I mean, if you don't like it, you're not going to read it. I mean, that's just a point blank thing. Unless your job like depends on you reading it. So, I mean, so is it safer to put in the fights because, you know, you might sacrifice reader attention? Like Mr.Dizzy, he's just like bare bones fights. I mean, I remember at the end of Katana, not the end of Katana Katari, but episode 4 of Katana Katari, I was so angry, as many people were, because not only because, you know, I was eager to see, you know, the fight between the greatest swordsman till his sister walked in and fuck shit up, and Shichika, and we got nothing. The only snippet of a fight we got was in the preview. And that's another thing, like slightly off topic, but you can't go and hype up a fight to death and just not even bother. I hate that. This is kind of part of the argument, because Sabi something, whatever his name was, Shichika was hyped up for about in the 2 episodes before. There was episode 2 where they were talking about, then episode 3 and it was like blah blah blah, and then episode 4 came around, and like it's that preview that did it. I mean, for a TV show that has 12 episodes and each one is 55 minutes long, you'd at least think you could put in like a 4-minute clip of them just fighting. But that's basically it for this discussion. So what do you think? Fighting, fan service, or fan service, or a necessity, I could say. It's hard to tell what it's hard to come up with a good word for this, but so let's call it this. showing fights fan service or necessity? I like that. I like that. So this has been me, Mr. Dizzy Spinda, because I like Spinda, and I kind of want to get this Spinda hat, but you know, it's expensive and it's online, and I don't trust the internet, so I want my Spinda hat.